who has been asked to respond. You have 1.5 minutes. Now, if you have an opponent here as well, then they will also have a chance to answer that question. And then we have about 50 minutes for this, and then we will have a wrap-up, in which you will have 1.5 minutes to wrap up. And then we will go to the reverse. Okay. Please, questioners need to refrain from personal comments. That's very important. High level of civility and decorum, and I know that's what we're all about. Please do not use this as an opportunity to address specific personal situations, but ask questions of more of a general interest to the voting public. You'll still have time to probably talk to them a little bit later. All right. What is your number?
31.
All right, you're the first one.
Hey, I love it.
Very much. And we'll go from your right and go on this side.
Very good.
Thank you. We have people for next time.
Are we on?
Okay, you were on, so to have a introduction about yourself.
Very good. Well, my name's Rob Alt, and I'm running for state senator here in District 36. First of all, I'd like to thank the folks at Queen Anne's and the League of Women Voters for hosting this forum. Certainly appreciate the opportunity. I'm certainly an unknown. I'm from Cecil County. I was born and raised in Cecil County, and to get an opportunity to come here to Queen Anne's is certainly an honor and a privilege for me to do that. I was born and raised in Cecil County. I graduated in 1979 from Bohemia Manor High School. I did attend Salisbury State College for a short period of time. I've been married for 24 years. Married to my lovely wife, Alice. My wife, Alice, her ancestors actually came to Maryland on the Ark and Dove. So she's well known to the Eastern Shore. My wife, Alice, has been working for Acme Markets for over 30 years. She's a member of the UCFW. We have 3 children. My daughter Emily's 21 years old. She attends the University of Maryland. My daughter Shelby's 19 years old. She attends the University of Delaware. And my son Robbie is entering into his junior year in the high school. Other organizations that I'm active in, I'm a member of the Cecil County Jaycees. I'm also a member of the Sons of the American Legion. I'm a member of Ducks Unlimited. I'm also an honorary trustee of the Historic Elk Landing Foundation. I'm also a lifetime member of the Cecil County Historical Society. My experience: 1994, I was elected to town commissioner of the town of Elton. I served for 4 years. 1998, I was elected mayor to the town of Elton, and I served till 2002. I didn't seek re-election in 2002. At that time, my oldest was 11 years old, and I certainly felt I was better served being a father at that point. So now I'm back in the political scene here. The issues that I feel that we need to communicate and have better communication and representation between our counties and our state. We also need to enhance our community services. We need to be fiscally conservative. And finally, we must create jobs, and more jobs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alt. Mr. Mumford?
I forgot which mic to use. It's great to be in Centerville. It's the next town over. I'm Stephen Mumford. I'm a native of the Eastern Shore. My mother's from Queen Anne's County, and I was born in Chestertown. Consider myself a town boy. I was raised in town. However, for the people that have relocated here, I have also worked on the Western Shore and commuted most of my life to do so. So one of my major issues is transportation. But I do want to read some things to you. I'm a note taker and a reader, and that's probably the educational person in me. A native of the Eastern Shore, growing up and being educated in public and private institutions here, in District 36, and I think that's important to be a representative of the district to know and have a feel of the educational system here. I went to Kent County High School, which is located in Wharton, Maryland. After I graduated from there, I was not quite sure what I wanted to do, nor did I really have the finances to go to a higher institution, so I took advantage of our community college in Y Mills, which is Chesapeake Community College, where I actually blossomed. I double majored in physical education and theater arts. I consider myself probably the most diverse candidate that you have. I played sports at Chesapeake. I was captain of the tennis team. I swam on the first swim team at Chesapeake College, accessing the pool there, which thankfully is still in operation. I know there was some contingency there at the school where they wanted to close it for a while back. I had the chance to go out to the Midwest. I wanted to play men's power volleyball, and I was able to do that on scholarship. I graduated from school in the Midwest, Tarkio College in Missouri. And I had met a girl from Louisiana. I ended up down in Louisiana for a little while and then came back and had the option and privilege to go to Washington College and went through the liberal arts program there. Also grew up on campus there. My mother's Mabel Mumford Pouts, 29 years, town council, Chestertown, and had the opportunity and privilege to go to school tuition free at Washington College.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Master. Mr. Manuel?
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel more comfortable standing up when I talk. Each and every candidate. But first, I want to thank the League of Women Voters and you folks for taking an evening out to listen to politicians rattle on. First, I had the rank of E6. I pursued farming on the family farm and also worked in industry to pay for my farming habit. I became a full-time self-employed dairy farmer in 1970. Up until that time, I had worked as a night superintendent for General Cable Corporation in Elton, Maryland. I had 300 people under me on that shift. I farmed actively until 1990, at which time I retired, and my son farmed part of the farm, and we rented part of the farm. My grandson is at Ohio State learning to be a farmer, which is the most important about farming today is the business end of it. Anybody knows how to work, but you have to have the business end. Over those years, I served 4 terms as county commissioner of Cecil County. The last 6 years was in a 5-member county commissioner board. I learned, 2 years of which I was the president of the board, I learned very quickly the power of sitting with people, negotiating, and getting things done. I think this is what we need. I think since agriculture is the largest business in the 36th district, and we haven't had a representative from agriculture for the last 8 years, I feel that I can be of unique assistance. Secondly, in 2012, told you politicians talk.
Thank you, Mr. Manuel, for paying attention to the red stop sign. We will now turn this over for questions from the audience. Please remember, keep away from personal situations.
Paul, I'm an environmental voter, so I will go with any party that represents the environment. So my main question is, what do you think, and I'd like to hear this from everyone, what do you think are our 2 main environmental challenges, and what would you propose to do about them?
Okay. We'll let
Excuse
Mr.
me, would the moderator please repeat the question?
Repeat the questions, you can't hear from, you know what, let's use the microphone, and then everybody can hear. So, if you could come up and repeat your question, please. Right down there. Okay, thank you.
My question was, what do you think are the two top environmental issues that we have to deal with here on the bay and on the eastern shore, and what would you propose to do about them?
Everyone can hear. Since Mr. Alt started with his introduction, we'll let Mr. Mumford answer the question first. Remember, it's 1.5 minutes to answer. Oh, you give him 2 minutes now? Okay, we changed it. 2 minutes.
Okay. Being through the district over the last month, I've heard great concern over trash removal and disposal. That's my good side. Photographer here. We have a problem with the closing down of our recycling countywide in Kent County. I talked to a woman up in Duck Neck, and she said, Steve, she said, I would really like to recycle, but they pulled it back. It's eliminated a couple days now. And what I have to do is I have to put my recyclables in with the regular trash. And she says it's extremely disheartening for her to do that. It's the little things that count, I think, in the community when it comes to taking care of oneself. And of course, a person wants to put the trash out when they can, or take it to the disposable area. It's just a basic necessity, and it could also turn into a health issue if it's not disposed properly. Environmentally, we need to be able to dispose these containers in the proper place, chemicals, etc., so they don't end up in an environmental situation. And the other thing, I see 15 seconds, the other thing is, of course, our car runoff, car pollution, gasoline runoff, and chemical runoffs that run into our local waterways and end up in the bay. Maybe a little more inspection on our vehicles, etc. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mumford. Mr. Manlow?
Our farm is bordered by 2 creeks. We live on a point. I've spent my entire life and my family before me trying to keep our farm from washing down into the Bahama River. I think the biggest environmental issue where I can help is we need to review the environmental laws to see what is working and what is not working. If it's not working, find a better way of doing it, and if it's working, expand on it. The Chesapeake Bay is all of our heritage. It's a virtual treasure, not only for Maryland, but for the world. I think it's one of the largest estuaries in the world. We need to reclaim that bay, and as a member of the agriculture community, I spent a lot of time working at that. There are more things that we can all do, but in doing this, I think too many rules are made. One shoe fits everybody, and there's a total difference. For instance, there's a tremendous difference between Queen Anne's County and Cecil County, particularly north of the canal. We're in the Piedmont up there, where you people are in the total coastal plain. That's why I say we need to re-examine the environmental rules that are in play now and do a better job with it.